Hi, everybody. My name is Mercy, and this is God and Everything in Between. So, if this is your first time joining this channel or watching my video, thank you for clicking. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. But please, if you've not subscribed, a job, please subscribe because, guys, by the way, the last video actually had over 200 views. 200 views, 65, yeah, as of this video, 65 subscribers. It's not fair. That's more than half. Yeah, more than half of you guys are not subscribed. So please just do well to subscribe and turn on your post notification too, so that you get updates of my videos. Because yeah, I know it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. I haven't posted. I had exams, so that was why. But I mean, now I'm back. I'm fully back. So please subscribe. And let me just give you 2 seconds. I believe you have. Thank you. Okay, so today's discussion is actually very interesting. It's been a long time coming because I've had it in my heart like for a while now. I've had it in my heart for a while, and I've been so excited to talk about it. Yes, I've been so excited, and I just got to go ahead to like do it as like my first official video after my introduction video. Yes. So our discussion for today is it's going to be a playlist. Actually, we're going to be talking about different things, but the title is A Letter to My Generation. Yes, A Letter to My Generation. And we're going to be discussing about different things because you see, this my generation, we're special people. Let me just put it that way. We are very special people, and I feel like there needs to be more awareness, at least from a Christian standpoint. There needs to be more awareness because it's getting to a point where some things are becoming blurry. We're beginning to blur some things, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So that was more like the inspiration behind this playlist. So I really hope you guys enjoy it, though. I really hope you guys enjoy it because I'm going to have guest on my next video, so watch out for that one. Yeah, watch out for that one. But anyways, without further ado, today's topic or today's discussion is going to be, do you love God or do you love the idea of God? Just think about it for 1 second. Think about it. Do you love God or do you love the idea of God? But before we dive into that, remember I already told you guys now, I'll be giving you songs every video. So don't worry, I didn't forget. So the song for this video is Make Room by Jonathan McReynolds. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Jonathan McReynolds. It's an amazing song. I really wish I could play the song, but me, I don't want to go and tell with YouTube, I beg. I know one go there. So I'll just tell you guys the name of the song. I'll put the picture, obviously. I'm gonna put it up here, and then you should check it out. Like, it's an amazing song, and it's kind of in line with this discussion for today. So you're gonna like it. And his voice, amazing voice. But yeah, so that's the song for this video. So back to the topic of today. Do you love God or do you love the idea of God? Now, where this even stemmed from, right? It stemmed from the fact that a lot of people say things like these days. I've just been on this vibe of talk is cheap, because at this point, for me, talk is cheap. Say for example, and this is not even really like for example, but it's more practical, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to it. So if somebody tells me that, oh, I like you or I love you, or some people go as far as saying I love you. That one is topic for another day. But let's say somebody tells you that they love you. Let's say you're talking to someone, but not talking. You're talking to someone and they tell you that, oh, they love you, blah blah blah. But it's like their actions are not even matching what they are saying. I don't know if it's just me, but it's kind of annoying. Yeah, you might call it selfish. I don't think it's being selfish. It's just, don't say what you don't mean. That's why personally, if anybody tells me something in that line, I literally hold it with a pinch of salt, literally. And it's not as if I'm being mean or something, no. But I've just gotten to a point where I just feel like talk is cheap. Like, talks don't really move me. Let me just Let me just say that. Talk don't move me. And why? Because I feel like over time, it's become so easy to say certain things that you're like, "Ah, but this person is saying this thing, but they're not doing it." So it's like, at this point, it's until you do before I am now able to sort of weigh it with what you're saying. But the moment you're just talking, 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 you're yapping, 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 but not doing anything, I'm so sorry. You are more or less not doing anything for me. And it just took me back to the Bible verse where Jesus was like, if you love me, you would obey my commandments. If you love me, you will obey my commandments. What does that even mean? Let's even start from there. What does that mean? It means that Jesus is sort of telling you what love is. Yes. All of us went to primary school now. Is this secondary school? Love is an action word. It is an action word. So you don't say you love somebody, but your actions are not showing it. Your actions are not pleasing to that person. Your actions are not in line with what that person would want. And you tell me that you love the person. Hello, hello, please go and just keep it in your pocket. Like, I don't want to hear it. Go and keep it in your pocket. And it's been rampant these days. Like, and I feel like it needs to be said. It needs to be said. Somebody needs to say it. Yes, there are other people that are saying, like some pastors and all of that, but I feel like maybe somebody that is in this generation, like I'm in this generation, I'm of this generation. I don't get choice. I'm of this generation. So me saying it will probably come off as more let's say relatable than the older guys. So that's why I feel the need to say it. But yeah, a lot of people say they love Jesus. If you ask anybody, do you love Jesus? Everybody say yes, they love Jesus. But by the time you look at their lifestyle, you're like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't love Jesus. And this is not me like judging anybody or anything like that. No, far from it. Far from it. But this is just me trying to make us understand that love is not something you say, it is something you show. Hmm. Catch that though. If you didn't catch it, I'm gonna rewind and play again. Yes, because if you think it's just by saying, ah, I can literally count instances like Holy Spirit was just dropping those Bible verses in my heart when I was ruminating over this topic. The first one that he dropped was this: if you love me, you would obey my commandments. That's Jesus telling you that if you don't obey my commandment, you don't love me. Like, say from now to next year, if you don't obey my commandment, you don't love me. Then the other one was where John 3:16, everybody knows it. For God so loved, I feel like people don't even understand that Bible verse. For God so loved the world that he, you can see that it was premised on something. His love was premised on an action that he took, not just for God so loved the world because he said it, or for God so loved the world, bam, full stop, end of story. No, God didn't do that. He said, for God so loved the world that he gave. So he did something to show that he actually loved us. He did something, he gave. But some people nowadays don't want to do anything. They don't want to do anything. We just want to say, oh, we love God, oh, Jesus baby, daughter of Zion, or the son of God, man of God. But it's like the things you do you even put God into consideration? Now this thing is trending, favor is trending, no turning back. I just look some people and say, really? You too? You to not turning back. Are you sure? Because when some people sing some things, especially because of the melody, and that's the problem with this generation, melody used to make us forget the efficacy of some words. Like this no turning back now. If you hear the story behind like the actual song, you'll be surprised that place it side by side with the way people are singing is there. It is not the same state of mind. Trust me. It's not, it's just vibes for them. And while vibes are it's fine, like it's okay. But at the same time, just like, do we even really know the meaning of what we're saying? And it has gotten to that point where people need to start speaking up that we need to mean what we say. It is talk is cheap. That's what I said at the beginning of the talk is cheap. Like that's my mantra right now. Talk is cheap, even to anybody, aside from like my relationship with God or people's relationship, even relationship with people, love relationships. Like my mentor would say, Pastor Kingsley, he said, if they're too busy, they're just too busy for you. They don't, it's not even, there's no two ways about it. And it's the same thing with God. If you claim you love God, but you don't spend time with God, you don't have your quiet time with God, you don't pray, it's only when you go to church, okay, corporate gathering, and that's all. But it's easy to say, oh, I love Jesus. Oh, Jesus this one, Jesus that one. It's easy to say Jesus did, God did, and all of that. But your lifestyle, the way you just run your life, you know that Jesus is not priority. If Jesus is not priority, you can't say you love him. That's why I would rather people just not say they love Jesus. See, just leave Jesus. When you're actually ready to love him, you show it by your actions, and then the words follow suit. It's like putting the horse before the no, the cart before the sun. It's like putting the cart before the horse. That's what it means to be saying you love Jesus without even showing action. You are putting the cart before the horse. Who is going to move who? Is it the cart that will move the horse? No, because the cart does not have a mind of its kaya. The cat does not have a mind of its own. And that's how words are. Words don't have a mind of their own. They are only backed up with actions. Ask politicians. Ask them. It's easy to for they will bobo you like this election time. The show they will not bobo all of us. They will bobo all of us. Don't worry. We'll talk about politics later. But they will bobo all of us. And at the end of the day, they get there and they're doing like this, the opposite of what they've said. Why? Because talk is cheap. So I feel like today, if you don't take anything new from this video, just take the fact that actions speak louder than words. I mean, everybody knows that. What's they call it? Is it idiom? Is it idiom? Sure, everybody knows that phrase. Actions speak louder than words. But it's so true. Talk is cheap. Oh. Talk is like the cat, then action is the horse. The only person that can move the other person is the horse. So the cat cannot move itself. The cat is like an inanimate object. So just take words as like inanimate objects and then take your actions as the horse. So let's before we digress too much, let's just go back a bit. Let's just go back a bit. Now, the reason why I even chose that topic, loving God or loving the idea of God, is because when you love somebody, you have to know the person. That's why when I see people that maybe they say, oh, they just met yesterday, you're already saying I love you, I'm like, really? Well, different strokes for different folks, but still, no, it doesn't work that way. It's not love, it's probably attraction. Yeah, it's probably attraction. But you can't love somebody you don't know. So first of all, do you even know God? Let's start from there. And when I say, do you know God? Not that, oh, God is the creator of the universe, Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end. Yes, we know. We know. But do you know God? Do you know his attributes? Do you know the things that are in his nature? Do you know the way he operates? Do you understand how his relationship was with different people in the scriptures? Because the only way you can know God is through his word. That is the only way. There's no other way to know God. So you can't love somebody you don't know. That's why sometimes a lot of people just throw this, oh, I love Jesus, I love you, I love God. Ah, God, lover of my soul. Jesus, my love. Everybody is like chanting that song, and I'm like, "Hmm, he's your love. You know when somebody is your love, you know that person. Like you know that person. But do we really know God? And if you know that person and you actually say, oh yes, I love this person, guy, doesn't mean you not make mistakes. Oh. But in your heart of hearts, you are so conscious. In fact, you are putting that person into consideration in everything you do. Down to the guys you talk to, down to the places you go to, even down to your friends, the discussions you have, the people you chat with. You're always like, but will my man like this thing, or will this person like this thing? That's how we should treat our relationship with God. I feel like maybe because we're not seeing God. So it's like as if oh my God is far. He's not far. You can't say, but you see, when you love the idea of God, that's when talk is very much on the high frequency, but actions are very low. When you love the idea of God. Because if you love the idea of something, you just want to talk about the thing, but you don't even want to put in the work. That's why some people like the idea of marriage. That's why it's like marriages are breaking, because if you go to the root of it, they just like the idea of marriage. They didn't really put in the work that it takes for a marriage to stand, but they like the fact that, oh, those couples, they've been 70 years together, they've been 50 years together. It's so cute. Or you see pre-wedding photo shoot and you're like, oh my God, God when, God when. Doesn't mean that you cannot say God when, but be ready to put in the actions to make it work. But a lot of people don't want to put it in the actions. They just want God when. They just want to fly there. You know when you want to just jump into something like me now. I love piano, but I don't know how to play it. But trust me, I've imagined myself even when I'm singing sometimes I'm doing my fingers I'm doing my fingers like this, like I see I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I like the idea of the fact that these piano guys they do their fingers like this. So in my head, I feel like I can play, but I know I cannot because I won't deceive myself. So that's why it is for some people. Some people already feel like because they like God, they are already in that level of relationship with Him, but they've not done anything. No, they've not put in any effort. They just feel like we can fly there. Don't worry, we'll fly there, and it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Even with normal human beings, like you can't just fly to loving the person without even knowing the person. What do you know that you're loving? First of all, because remember, love is a choice. You are choosing to love this person despite their flaws, despite their mistakes. God does not even have any mistakes. And that's the sweetest part. Oh, that's the sweetest part. God does not even have mistakes. So this one, you're loving him like, guys, please. Let's just take a moment to actually think about it. Do I love God or do I love the idea of God? Because I feel like everybody at some point in their life has been in that situation where it was more of the idea of God. And I think it's rampant right now. Yeah. I don't want to go too much into details, but yeah, that reminds me. I wanted to discuss this thing. So I think it was like probably last year, late last year, or maybe early this year, where there was this TikTok trend. It was not funny to me. It wasn't funny, and it's part of the things that I'm saying. When you love the idea of God, but you don't love God. If you really love God, you won't be joking with God like that. This whole something about I'm a Christian, no, but God is calling you. Like they'll put like ringtone sound or something. They will now write, oh, God said you should do this thing or something, or God said you should do this one. They'll be looking at the phone and then ignore the call, that kind of thing. And a lot of people, even Christian creators, were even hopping on that trend. And I was like, which guy insult be this? Like, it's like doing a trend where you love your parents, so but they're telling you to do something, maybe something that is going to be beneficial to you, but because you don't want to do it, it's like you're looking at their phone and you're ignoring them. Imagine your parents watching that, you're like, I people. Do you get? So how much more God? And it was so sad and heartbreaking to see some Christians even hop on that trend because in my head I'm like, what's the essence of the where are we? What was this driving at? What is the lesson to get from this? So there's sometimes that trends because they are trending doesn't mean you have to thread on it. Mm. Mm. But seriously, like jokes apart, things like that, you know that it's easy for everybody to say, I love God though, but there's a but. The moment there's a but, you don't love him. I'm sorry. You don't love him, you just love the idea of him that yes, I love the fact that I'm a Christian. You see some people in like comment section saying, I love being a Christian. Christianity is sweet. I'm like, really? It's sweet to say, but in terms of your actions, are you really showing it? So please send this video to anybody that needs it, anybody that needs to watch it, not even anybody that just share this video because I feel like it's something that we Gen Zs we need to start thinking about because if we continue on this path of just loving the idea of God and assuming a position that we've not worked towards, it's going to be dangerous because we're going to be living in an illusion that, oh, I know God or I love God. But in the real sense of it, God will just tell you, get behind me, that workers of iniquity. That was what those guys did now in the Bible, where they were like, but we cast out demons in your name. In your name, that's words. But what was Jesus looking at? He was looking at their action. He said, that workers of iniquity is not me you people were calling. You were calling my name, yes. But in terms of your actions, your lifestyle, it was not me, me to wash. I've washed my hand. That was what literally, that's what Jesus literally did. So it's like, if Jesus can do that to those people, then we really need to think about our stand with God. We need to think about it that do we just love the idea of God? Like, I'm a Christian. I go to church, I go to this. When a Christian song is trending, I love being a Christian. Hey, this one. Is that what Christianity is about? Yeah, ask yourself that question. And one last thing, when you love somebody, there's always something that you are giving up. Not necessarily that you are settling or enduring or something, but you always have to sacrifice when it comes to love. So you need to ask, even me, if I ask myself the question, you claim you love God, or I claim I love God, is there something I'm sacrificing for that love? If there's nothing, then it's not love, or it has not gotten there yet. Because I don't want us to live in that illusion that, oh, yes, we already love God. You don't even know what love is. Love is more of action than words. It's easy. Like I said before, talk is cheap. I promise you, talk is cheap. And from the look of things, even the way Judgment Day and everything, his actions. Oh, God said he will play. I don't know about that one, but basically, he will play the clip of your life. You give account of the things that you did, not even the things you said. Obviously, words are important too because there's power in the tongue and all of that. Yes, but like I said earlier, words are like the cart and your actions are the horse. So if you put the cart before the horse, there's not going to be any movement. So you can't start saying, I love Jesus, I love Jesus. You don't even know him. And that's what a lot of people are doing. I pray that God will help us. Honestly, I pray that God will really help us because it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's something that I've always been thinking about. Like, come, this one that Christianity now is trending. Is it that we just love the idea of God? Because Gen Zs, we move with trends. And now that being a Christian is trending, do we just love the idea of God? Because some people can just jump into it and assume the position that they've not even worked towards. Assume that, oh yes, I love God. Oh, God is sweet and all of that. But deep down, it's just the idea of God. They don't even know God. They don't know God. They don't spend time with God. So from today, in everything that you do, always think, what am I sacrificing? What am I giving up? Especially our our flesh. That's the biggest thing that you can actually give up, because obeying God's commandments is not something the flesh wants to do. I promise you. I saw one post on Instagram like some days ago where the person was like, Satan is not really concerned about the things you say. He's concerned about the things you do. Meaning that you can say that, oh, you love God, but devil is more concerned about if you're obeying his commandments. He's more concerned about stopping you from obeying God's commandments. He doesn't care about what you say. But he can shout it on top of you, I love God, but his own focus is when God says you should not steal, or God says you should not do this thing, are you doing it? Are you not doing it? That's where his focus is. So if devil is focusing on the actions that you take, and you are here carrying words on your head, I love Jesus, and you already assume that because I love Jesus, it means I love Jesus. There's nothing else to do. No, no. And the love of God gives us grace. It gives us grace to do things that we would ordinarily not be able to do by ourselves. To do. Here, do, not to say. Not to say. Emphasis on do, not say. Put do before say, so that the say will make sense. Uh-huh. Okay, so we've come to the end of today's video. If you loved it, please, guys, please just give it a thumbs up, please. Like, thumbs up, please, please. And also subscribe, share this video to as many people as you can, because a lot of people need to hear this. A lot of people need to hear this. And I pray that God will help all of us in Jesus' name. Honestly, till the next video, like I said before, watch out though. The next video is going to be it's going to be so amazing. But till the next video, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notification. I love you guys so much. Bye.